Yo, what's happening, people? Okay, we is live right now, live from the village right now. It is, what is it? It is 8:34 in the PM right now. It is 10, bro, I'm messing up. It is the 10th of October, 2022 right now. I'm in London, England right now. It is movie night right now. We're about to watch Blacula right now. Wagwan, people, wagwan. Let me switch over to this screen. Let me turn this little light thing on as well. So yeah, how's everybody doing today? Yes, it is Monday movie night and we is watching Blacula from 1972. It is an hour 33 minutes long. It's directed by William Crane. It is starring William Marshall, Denise Nichols, Vanessa McGee. It is a horror. It is subtitled in English and its audio language is English. I'm just reading out the technical stuff now. But yeah, this is Blacula. I mean, watching been a few movie. What am I talking about? We watched a few horror movies lately. We're watching quite a few horror movies lately. It is Black History Month right now, so it only makes sense. Only makes sense that we watch Blacula. And yeah, I got some food with me. Got some noodles. And some apple juice. But that is the plan today. So, how's everybody doing today? So today, let's see. What have I doing today? I recorded a podcast. So I spoke to one of my internet friends over in Canada by the name of Andrew Senedra. Some of you might have seen him in the chat from time to time. He comes to the live streams from time to time. But he is a YouTuber. He does talks a lot about heavy metal on his channel, heavy metal bands. He's a musician himself, and we talked about that. We also talked about comic books. We talked about wrestling a little bit, and we also talked about some of his theories on, or his theory rather, on serial killers. So it's quite an interesting conversation we had. But that's been recorded. It's being uploaded, and hopefully be ready by maybe Wednesday, Thursday-ish. To go up on the podcast channel, Uncivilized Arts, if you don't already know. Look out for that. What else? I also did some writing, so I'm still working on the video for Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Why Rogue One, a Star Wars story is trash. Working on that video, so I think I'm over halfway through the movie in terms of what I've written. I've written, what I mean is that when I write these videos, I go through the movie bit by bit and I write up what I think of each section as to why I think it's trash. Well, you know, that whole thing. And so about halfway through the movie, I think about an hour something, hour 20 something, I think. I can't remember exactly how long. I don't think the movie's that long actually. But anyway, I'm a bit way through it, so I've just got the rest of it. It's not really much. I feel like the last bit is probably not going to be as much because it's kind of just one long section for that last bit. But yeah, still writing it up. So yeah, look out for that in the coming weeks, hopefully. But for now, yeah, it is movie night and we're watching Blacula. Now, this is a movie that is on Amazon. It is not one of the Amazon Prime movies. You have to either buy and or rent it. I mean, you shouldn't buy and rent, just buy or rent, really. That being said, you don't gotta do that if you don't want to. You can just still come along and have some fun. And that's what we're gonna do. We'll start the movie in a little while. If you do have it, get it ready on 0. If you don't, it's all good. It's all good. 1 second, guys. am I having the problems? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I am actually uploading at the moment. I think that should be done soonish. Well, I say soonish, we'll see. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't cause too many issues with the stream. If it does, I might have to pause that. It looks like it might be causing some issues, actually. It might be causing some issues, so yeah, I might have to pause these uploads. Okay. Well, that's a shame. All right. Let me pause that there. Close that. Close that. Oof, man, it hasn't completed the upload. Hopefully I don't have to start that upload all over again, because it wasn't clear if you can just pause uploads. It wasn't really clear if you could just pause uploads. You should be able to. I think YouTube does do that, but it's just kind of awkward. But yeah, I just closed those, so hopefully there'll be no more issues. And with trying to get back to how it was before, it might take a minute to get ready. But all right, so I got me my noodles, I got me my drinks. I think we should just about ready to start this movie, so get it ready on 0 if you haven't already. And I'm gonna switch over to this screen so y'all can see what I can see. Well, not exactly, but you know. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, play. So, you ready? 3, 2, 1, play. And I'll have my noodles up here ready. So I have seen this movie before, and I remember it not exactly being a good movie, but you know, still a fun movie. Sometimes bad movies are the best movies. Well, would they though? Would they? Well, man's getting rude. I guess on his point of view, he doesn't see it as being rude. And that's kind of the problem. Yeah. Get him, man. Get him. It's been a while since I've seen this. I don't remember much from what happens, but I think I remember the general story. Rich arsehole. Dracula's selling his minions. Yo, what up, Jakes? Man like Jakes in the place. I's doing alright. The man just called him Blacula. Literally what you just said. From now on, you shall be Blacula. Blacula, classic horror movie. I'm good. Awesome. It is. You know what? I saw this movie many years ago. I don't remember a whole lot of specifics. I do feel like I remember the general story. But I definitely remember it being a. I mean, it's not what I'd call it necessarily a good movie, but it was a fun movie. That's what I remember. I remember it being a fun movie. But my day's been alright though. Still. Appreciate you asking, man. How's your day been? My day's been alright. I recorded a podcast earlier today. Spoke to a YouTube friend of mine. And we talked about heavy metal. We talked about comics. We talked about serial killers. So that was a interesting conversation. And hopefully that podcast will be ready by maybe Wednesday or Tuesday. But yeah, man, I've been alright, man. I've been alright. Haven't actually seen it, to be honest, but I've heard about it. I don't know. You're into comics. Well, it's definitely worth seeing. I'd say that. If you can spare the $5.99 it costs to buy it on Amazon, it's definitely worth seeing. Yeah, I mean, I'm maybe not as into comics these days as I used to be. I'm definitely big into the comic book movies for sure, like the MCU movies. I'm big into those and very invested in those. But yeah, back in the day, sort of late 90s, yeah, I was pretty into comics. I got into comics later than most people. Like, I think at the age I was reading comics, most people had already stopped. But yeah, from I think about mid to late '90s, maybe early 2000s. It was my peak comic book reading period. And since then, you know, every now and then I might buy a graphic novel and check that out. But at mid to late '90s, or mid '90s to maybe early 2000s, that was peak comic book time for me. I've never really been a big comic book fan. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot when it comes to comics. I mean, I'm mostly stuck with Marvel. I read Spider-Man, Daredevil. Those were my main ones. I did a few others here and there, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, the whole comic world is huge. Like, there's so many comics, and not just, of course, Marvel and DC. Those are the big boys, right? But there's smaller publishers as well, independent publishers. And even within Marvel, like, there's a lot of comics they publish that aren't really part of the Marvel universe. You know, there's Dark Horse comics as well. They're a big one. Dark Horse used to do the Star Wars comics back in the day, but well, Marvel does that now. But yeah, and I was pretty big into comics for a little while. And I guess I still have an interest in that world because I watch a lot of the comic book movies. But yeah, I haven't really read comic books for a good while now. The last comic book I read, more of a graphic novel, but this is the last one I got. He-Man and Thundercats. And it's a pretty cool one, actually. Published by DC. You can see in the corner there. But this is so far the last comic book graphic novel I ever bought. I used to like Rogue Trooper as a kid. My days of Thundercats. Oh, that was awesome, wasn't it? Rogue Trooper, I'm not sure I've heard of that, actually. Was that a comic book? But yeah, Thundercats was my show back in the day. I mean, He-Man I really liked. I watched that a lot. But Thundercats was definitely my show. He-Man came first, of course. But Thundercats was really my show. I think Thundercats just came at the right time for me. Yeah, Rochiva was a popular comic. Okay. I loved it. Hey, sometimes the small unknown comics or little known comics are some of the best ones. And I feel there's something about when you reading a comic, or not just a comic book, anything, any kind of piece of art that is popular enough to be a thing, but not so popular that everybody knows it. You know, there's definitely something cool about that. But of course, not everything stays that way. Who's a favorite kind of cats? I love Panthro. Yeah, Panthro was cool. My favorite though, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like right now I want to say Tigra. Tigra was the oldest one, and he was kind of the wisest one as well. So he's kind of like a bit more reserved with it in his approach to things. And he had those that whips, and he could make himself go invisible. You know. But I don't know, Chitara was pretty cool too, you know, and of course, yeah, Panthro and Wily Cat. Oh, speaking of Thundercats, I think I'll show you guys this already. But yeah, Mumra, the Ever Living. And the arms move. throw forced by Airy Heim and throw ahead. Yeah, and he did the machines. He did all the engineering. He built the castle Thunder. What's it called? No, the Cat Slayer. That was it, Cat Slayer. And he built the tank. The Thunder. Was it the Thunder tank? Yo, what up, Sam? Alright, must be worth a few couple too. You know, it could be. I mean, I bought that. Oh, what? I mean, that's years ago, and I think I bought that. It's got to be at least 10 years ago, I reckon. I paid about 10 quid for it. It's probably. I mean, I imagine it's probably worth more than £10 now. I doubt it's worth much more than £10 though. I mean, it's not in great condition. It's the box is long. I never had the box to begin with, so I mean, you never know, right? You never know. I mean, how rare can these? Sometimes these things are so rare that somebody out there is willing to pay some ridiculous amount of money for it. So it's like my favorite internet people. Oh, where's Sam's favorite internet people? Too poor to live, too poor to die. Oof. Yeah, I think I know that feeling. So it's not in condition. Nah, far from it. I mean, when I bought it, it never came with the box. I bought this. It was, I don't know, third, fourth, fifth hand. Who knows? When I bought it, I bought it at a Comic-Con or not Comic-Con, MCM. I can't remember, some event like that. Anyway, they were selling old stuff at one of these things. But nah, I guess it's not bad condition, but the arms are a bit loose. Definitely still works. Oh, Blacula's about to get him. You know, the hat comes off. It's got a sword, cannon. I'm pretty sure he never had a cannon in the show, but he's got a cannon anyway. It's all dusty now as well. Uh-oh, you don't want to do that. I'm sure a collector will buy it. Yeah, I think if you could find the right person, they'll be willing to maybe pay. I mean, I guess there's no harm in checking, right? But I mean, personally, I doubt it. I feel like I'd be surprised if it's worth more than 20 quid. You know, if it's if it's worth anything more than 20 quid, that'd be a surprise to me. But hey, like I say, you never know, right? And at the end of the day, it's not about what it's worth. It's about what is it worth to you, right? So if you find the right person, who knows? Somebody might be willing to pay 25 quid for it. They actually made a part 2 to this movie. It's called Scream, Blacula Scream. I haven't seen that one though. I might have to come up for another movie night. So apparently a lot of people have been watching Hellraiser recently. Like, I didn't know this. But yeah, so my friend invited me to go out yesterday. Him and his brother and sister were going to watch Hellraiser. And he invited me to come along, which is pretty cool. And for my part, it was more like, I wasn't too bothered about the movie, but I just figured, you know, it's a friend that I don't get to see too often, and it'd be cool to hang out, catch up, and that sort of stuff, and, you know, watch a movie too, right? But yeah, apparently now a lot of people have been watching Hellraiser recently. I'm not I guess it's to do with the new movie that just come out. So maybe it's like stirring up a lot of the people, causing a lot of people to watch the old ones. You shall be Blacula. How'd you come up with that? I mean, I know how you come up with the name, but it's like, bro, like the man's just like killed the dude or converted him or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'm Dracula. I know. Blacula. Like, what if he was Asian? What was the name if he was Asian? Come on, man. It's gonna be that bad. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's like if he died, how much would the life insurance be worth? You know what I mean? Like it's like that. Jacob, I'm thinking about selling my organs on the black market so I can do stuff. Hey, be careful which organs you sell though. Things like, you could probably sell a liver. Or is it a kidney? How many kidneys do you have? If you could still got 2 kidneys, you could probably sell 1 kidney. Yo, Blaxploitation. Blaxploitation, a place to be there. As long as you choose wise, it will indeed. Maybe after you sell your liver, people would liver alone. Okay, I know that's not my joke, but still. Get it? Liver alone. Imagine selling an organ there and create it after. I'm sure people do. That would suck though. I feel the only thing worse than that though is if you like donated one of your organs and the person you donated to like decided to just drink themselves to an early death or something like that. And you're like, bro, come on, man. Like, imagine you donated like a liver to somebody and the first thing they did was just like drink themselves into an early grave. And it's like, mate, come on. Buy a ticket for Halloween ends though. But if you sell an organ, if you sell like a liver or something, you could probably afford a ticket for Halloween. I mean, I don't know actually. How do you reckon your liver is worth? Like, I think you did say you quit smoking, so that's got to count for something, right? But if you still drink though, then I know that your liver might not be worth too much. Wait, this guy's an ass kisser. I don't know. I'll give you a $5 for your liver. I think that's a good. That's a good price. Maybe $5.50. I'll tell you what. I'll give you £5 for one liver. $7.50 for both of them. My liver is priceless. Can you live without your liver? Let me see real quick. Okay, so you can't actually live without a liver. You can't. Yeah, so you can live with only part of a liver, though. Go on, ticket already. Okay. Levi, it's me. When is Halloween ends out? Okay, so I guess you guys can't see right now. But if you ever do watch this movie, I want you to look out for the character called Luva, played by Vanetta McGee, I think her name was. But I want you to look out for the character Luva and tell me that is not Beyonce in the 70s. Like, if you see Vanessa McGee in this movie, that's Beyonce in the 70s. Like, that was Beyonce before Beyonce was Beyonce. Never heard of Halloween Ends. Oh, it's out this Friday. Okay. Soon. Yeah, I guess it's the last... Well, is it going to be the last Halloween movie? Oh, this one's just telling him. Don't apologize. Oh, wait. Oh, you're gonna kill her? Oh, and he does. Eee, bad man. Halloween Ends. I think I'll wait for the spin-off. Halloween in Ends. Halloween in the Ends. Jason versus a roadman. Not Jason, Michael. Michael Myers versus a roadman. That's what I need to see. You probably should binge the Purge movies, dog. Watch with keeping the events of 2016. So right now in mind. I've not seen any of the Purge movies, but there's like a million of them by now, right? Haze ends in the title. You go figure. And my relationship is going down to because basically Elliot doesn't love me enough to want to eat my heart. Oh man, don't you just hate it when that happens? It's like you cook, you clean, you do everything, and they won't even eat your heart. It's like, what the hell? Houdween. Yeah, exactly. That's what we need. That's what we need. Michael Myers versus Doughboy. That's what we need. Making Halloween Ends is the third in the latest trilogy. What's your favorite Halloween movie? Yeah, there's it's 5. Okay, 5 of them. Okay, it's less than I thought, but okay, cool. Favorite Halloween movie? I mean, for me, it's going to be the first one. Just because it's just a classic, great, chilling movie. The music from it, everything about that film was just on point at the time it was made, and even till this day. So yeah, for me, it's the first one. You still nothing to eat. Did he eat the heart though? I thought he just ate the liver. It looked like the liver. I don't know. Maybe to be fair, they probably don't show everything in a series. I think he ate the hearts though. What's his name? Oh, I forgot his name. Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, he ate hearts. Oh wait, did he eat hearts? No, he ate the liver as well. No, my bad. No, he ate the liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. No, not the heart. Sorry, my bad. Small friend, Michael Myers mask or Leatherface mask? I think Leatherface mask is probably more frightening on first glance because it just looks creepier. That being said, if I had to choose between getting into, if I had to choose between fighting with Michael Myers and fighting with Leatherface, I'd probably choose fighting with Leatherface. I think I have a better chance against Leatherface. I don't think I'll survive either, to be honest. But I think I have a better chance against Leatherface than I do with Michael Myers. I want to be eaten. I just want to be loved enough for them to want to eat it. That's not too much to ask. Yeah, I get that. It's like I don't want to go to the party. I just want to be invited. You know what I mean? I'll say no. And you know I'm going to say no. But still, I want to be invited. It's just nice. It's courteous. Your face mask scary as hell. But who would you rather fight though? And by the way, when I say fight, I mean like you have no weapons. Like it's just your bare fist. That's all you have. They have their normal stuff, knives, chainsaws, whatever. They have what they normally use. You have nothing but your bare fists. Who would you rather fight? Michael Myers or Leatherface? Right, let me put it in a poll, actually. I'm going to put it in a poll. Oh, flipping hell. Oh, what's that guy? Freddy, that was it. Put a few more options in there. So armed with nothing but your fists, who would you rather fight? Michael Myers, Leatherface, Jason Voorhees, or Freddy Krueger? Remember, crime is legal for 12 hours. You better not be caught lacking. You know, if they ever did something where crime was legal for any amount of time, best believe I'm staying home. I am staying my ass home. Yeah, it's just nice, isn't it? You know, it's not that you want something to happen. It's just nice if they made the offer. It's just, you know. Watched another documentary on Netflix. I've watched the Dharma documentary. I did watch the series, but yeah, they did put up a new documentary about the tapes. Actually, no, I did watch the first episode of that, but I haven't watched the rest of it yet. Neither, to be honest. Hey. Freddy all day, he doesn't look like he work out. That's true. I don't think he does. I mean, he's got them claws, them knives for fingers though. He might not be physically strong, but boy, you still got them knives for fingers, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, this is so 70s. Look at that. Big hair, big everything. That is Beyonce, man. I'm telling you. Vanetta McGee was Beyonce before Beyonce was Beyonce. Listen, if you guys watch this movie, look out for that cat. You'll know what I'm doing when you see it. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you say it. That is Beyonce before Beyonce was Beyonce. Freddy has nice fingers. You ain't surviving a fight with Freddy. I mean, you might though if you can like dodge the knives. You know, he swings at you, maybe able to duck underneath or something. Punch him in the balls. I don't know. Maybe. Netflix seems to be obsessed with Dharma right now. Hey, they're just doubling down though, isn't it? They got all that backlash for the series, and they were like, "Yeah, we hear your complaints. Here's another Dharma documentary." It's just like Netflix is ain't even caring right now. Yeah, we hear your complaints. We received your complaints, so we understand your concerns. Here's a documentary detailing the actual facts of what happened instead of a drama. Yeah, all right. Right, we're with a nail file. I'm not sure a nail file would do much with knives though, but you could try. I appreciate you, Urinator. Your video's extremely irritating to me. Well, I'm having a rough day. I appreciate you coming through, Urinator. Appreciate those words. Thank you. How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream. I like the way people are experts in criminal psychology since watching Dharma. Well, that's all it takes, though, isn't it? Like, I mean, that's just how it goes. Like, you know, if you watch a martial arts movie, you become a martial arts expert. Like, I mean, I would know because I've watched plenty of martial arts movies, right? So yeah, that's just how it goes. You watch one show, you become an expert. I mean, right? That's how it's been, and it's how it will always be. You watch one show, you become an expert. The two Michael Myers movies from the late 80s, 98, 2002 are some of my favorites. Those would be, was it Halloween H2O? I think that's one of them. Love for you, but I'm cheering for Freddy. No, my doc. I really went in depth. What made him tick? I found it very insightful. Yeah, I just watched the first episode so far, so I think it's like 2 episodes to go of that. Awesome, man. I want to show my look towards you. Can I kiss you on your bald head? You're trolling. Watching a fixed documentary should be allowed to see exactly. On from 98, I mean 20 years later. Well, Mr. Urinator, to answer your question, no, but I appreciate the gesture. I appreciate the comment, but no, you cannot. There's this bald head only gets kissed by hot chicks who are at least 35. Let me go with 35. Maybe 30 if they're really hot. I might stretch to 30 if they're really hot. I can agree more on if it is actually edifying to a certain extent. I mean, to be fair though, like, you can learn a lot from, I mean, depending on, of course, the show and the how they present it and blah blah blah. But it is possible to learn quite a lot from a movie or a TV show, you know, that sort of thing. I mean, granted, you probably shouldn't be parading yourself like an expert just because you watched one show, but you could certainly learn quite a bit from certain shows. So, yeah. It's like a starting point. It can be, you know, as what gives you the basis of what happened, and then from there you can kind of research and look stuff up and all that thing. Imagine all the top jobs you could get by watching Netflix. Oh, that's how it should be, shouldn't it, though? You know, that's how it should be. Like, if I wanted to get a job in a bank, I should be able to just watch a movie about like a bank heist or something. You know what I mean? Like, if I watch Heat, where they rob the bank, you know, it's all about the robbing a bank. I've seen that movie. I should be able to do work in a bank, or at the very least, I should be able to work like bank security, because now I know how like bank robbers operate. Do you know what I mean? So that's how it should be. When people ask like, what's your qualifications for this job? You'd be like, well, I've seen Heat. I've seen the opening for The Dark Knight. I've seen that one about the other movie where the banks get ripped off, or the banks are ripping people off, or whatever it was. I've seen that. Was that Tower Heist? Yeah, I've seen that. Was it a bank they robbed in Tower Heist? Or was this? I can't remember, but I've seen that anyway. set it off. Well, that's one with Queen Latifah, isn't it? I haven't seen that yet, you know. It's like, I've seen so many martial arts movies at this point. I should be able to teach martial arts. Like, if I go to like a gym and say, hey, I want to be your new martial arts teacher, they say, what are your qualifications? I can just list off all the martial arts movies I've watched. That should be enough. I've probably seen way more than is actually needed. You know what I mean? So not only am I an expert, I'm like grandmaster level, you know? Vinyl player. Right behind you. Uh-oh. She has to go. That's a damn shame. She was just taking pictures. I was watching MMA, old martial arts movies, look lame as hell. Oh, take that back. Nah, but yeah, no, to be fair, I don't think I watched a martial arts movie for a while, but you know, I'm a big fan of martial arts movies. Like those old 70s ones, you know, with like, you know, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, but then even go into stuff like you know, Huang Zhengli, Casanova Wong. I used to watch so many of those movies, and they were badass, man. Like those like old school martial arts movies, like Kung Fu, you know, those Kung Fu movies from that era where they're all poorly dubbed over. Well, by the time they come over here, they were poorly dubbed over. But yeah, man, big fan of those old martial arts movies, and the new ones as well. Some of the new ones too. Those who have watched all the James Bond movies could be a spy. Exactly. I think, to be fair, if you watch James Bond movies, you might end up being a crap spy. But even still, you could do it. Queen Latifah, Vivica A. Fox, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Kimberly Elise. Yeah, Kimberly Elise. Oh wait, you put Jada Pinkett Smith. I didn't even realize that. Cheeky. Play Call of Duty. That's all the training you need for the army. Yes. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if I want to be a race car driver and I've played like Forza, I should be able to be a race car driver, you know? Matter of fact, I've watched like Doctor Who, so I could be a time traveler. Like, whenever they need a time travel, I could probably invent a time traveling machine at this point, actually. Because I've seen Doctor Who, I've seen Back to the Future. You know, I could invent a time traveling machine. I just need somebody to like fund my operation. If I get enough money from the government, I could build a time machine. I'm qualified. I'm more than qualified. So yeah, know over in the States, American blacks usually call a horror movie by its title like Child's Play. Maybe like that Michael Myers movie or that Chucky movie. You know, I think I've seen that actually. People say things like that Michael Myers movie or that Chucky. Yeah, I think I've seen people say things like that. That Freddy Krueger movie or, you know, things along those lines. So is that I guess that's a common thing then amongst Black Americans. To be fair, I think I've ever called Child's Play. Ever called Chucky. Child's Play. I've always said Chucky. Yeah, they started calling them Chucky, I think, after a while, like Bride of Chucky and was it Chucky and the Cheddar Cheese and Chucky and the Chuckanettes or something. But yeah, I think they stopped calling them Child's Play after like Child's Play 3 or was it 4? Around about that anyway. But after that, I think it was like Child's Play 3 was the last one that was actually called Child's Play. I think. I might have to double check that. Also, man, I feel like I've got something stuck in my nose, man. I don't like the new design I gave Chucky. Yeah, so Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3. Then it all had Chucky in the title after that. I've never called it Child's Play. To be honest, I don't think I've ever called them anything but Child's Play. But then, to be fair, I've only seen the first 3 movies, so that could be it. I've not seen anything after 3. He said he will not take it by first. Even back in the 70s, not only the vampires had respect. Even the vampires had respect. In my head, it's Chucky, then Chucky 2, Chucky 3. Then you get part of Chucky, then the rest of them. Yeah, I never found Chucky scary, to be honest. Yeah, Chucky was yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd say, yeah, I think I'd agree with that. I don't think he was scary. He was definitely a prick. Like, if you watch the movies, like, the dude's a prick. He's kind of an arsehole. And I guess the idea of a doll coming to life and trying to kill you is scary in itself. But the movie, or the character itself, yeah, I think he was maybe less scary and more just arsehole with a knife. This guy's grave digging, you know. Okay, when it says Chucky 2 is better than the first one. I don't even remember that one, actually. I remember I remember what first one. I remember the third one. Because there was like the third one was like he was in the army. There was a kid in the army. The second one I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I've seen it, but don't kill him. Man already dead. Bride of Chucky is awesome. That's the one with was it Tilda, Taylor, Tara? I can't remember. Something in with a T. I saw it when I was an adult. Maybe if I saw it as a kid, I might have had the intended effect. I mean, I saw it as a kid. The first one, Jennifer Tilly. That's it. Yeah, knew there was a T in there somewhere. I saw Child's Play as a kid. I think I saw... Wait, the second one is the one where he strangles a guy in the back of the car, isn't it? He's like, he's in the... There's a guy and Chucky's in the back of the car and he pops up and strangles him. I think I remember parts of the second one now. But yeah, no, I saw those movies when I was... Before 10, I'm sure. I'm sure I saw them before 10. No, maybe not. Maybe not, actually. Maybe it was after 10. I think it was... I feel like it was... Maybe, I can't remember if it was before double digits. It might have been after double digits, but yeah. I was young anyway. I was young. It might have been after double digits, I think. Now I'm thinking about it, I probably did see them after double digits. Because I think I would have rented them from the local video store. We used to have a video store that would rent movies out to us, even though we weren't old enough to watch them. And I'm pretty sure I'd have watched it from there. So yeah, maybe like 11, 12, that kind of age. I think I might have watched it. In fact, looking at the time they came out, yeah. Would have been around 11, 12 when I watched them. Oh yeah, he's not gonna lock the door, is he? That hook in his hand is so fake, man. I mean, look, I'm not expecting them to actually chop off somebody's hand and give him a hook. I'm just saying that hook looks so fake. At the time, I wasn't impressed with the special effects, and let's watch them again. I think they're probably worth watching again, though. I think they are. What up, Frozen Gamer? FG in a place to be. See the Chucky sword at the movies with my mother. Jake, I think the Chucky movies you watch just to have fun with. You're right, I was probably critical. Max, I know a lot of people hate See the Chucky, but I think it has its charm. What did you think of the new Hellraiser movie? I've not seen the new Hellraiser movie. I have heard a few opinions on it though, but I've not seen it myself. Oh, this don't look good. Can't wait for Terrifier 2. I'm hearing good things. Terrifier 2. Did you Terrifier? Yeah, I Terrifier 2. I have a way with words. I was playing with some near. Okay, that's a hack and slash game, isn't it? Oh, she wants that blood. Should I lock the door? Yes. Let's really have it because I'm a massive fan of the original. What did you think of it, Jakes? It's a good game, you should check it out. Okay. I like the old school ones, don't like the new Chucky. I didn't watch them. From Platinum Games, I think. Frozen, I got Ultimatum. What did you think of it? I don't know. Just haven't got around to playing it yet. I'm enjoying it. Cool. I still haven't even played the new Overwatch, Overwatch 2 yet. Like, it's been out for, I think, a few days at least now. I know it's free to play as well, but I just have not got around to it. I really like the first Overwatch though. I used to play that a lot. When I watch the new Hellraiser movie, I'm keeping my expectations low. That way, if I hate it, it's fine. If I like it, it's a bonus. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it could be difficult. I feel like whenever you watch a film or anything, it's like you try to have as little expectations as possible, and you know, just let it do what it does, let it be what it is, and try not to, you know, judge it on what you think it's going to be and that kind of thing. And but yeah. I might check the new one at some point, but maybe try and get through the old ones first, like all 19 million of those Hellraiser movies. My first one, so give it a go. Oh, nice. Thanks, you know, so. I've got so many games that I have to get around to playing. Yeah, I know what you mean, but finding time to play games, like I was saying the other day, like when I stream, that's pretty much my game time for the week. That's pretty much it. I sometimes try and squeeze out an hour here and there, but mostly it's that time when I stream. Beyonce! Oh my days, man. You guys need to see this. Vanessa McGee, Beyonce before Beyonce was Beyonce. Yeah, I ain't played Cyberpunk. I know there's a series of it that I ain't seen it either, but there's another game I want to try and get around to eventually. We'll see.
expectations for Terrified 2 are slightly high because I'm only hearing good things, and it's for those of us who love proper Splatterfest.
Well, even still, might be best to try to temper your expectations. Just in case. Just let it do what it does.
I got a handheld Stream Deck, so at least I can do a bit of gaming on the go.
Oh, nice.
So my PS5, I was considering it for months. Finally did it. Because I hardly ever play it. PS5 is an essential item.
I still ain't even got me one. To be honest, I mean, it's not I don't want one, but I don't know if I really want one. Not just yet, anyway. Even not that you can even get them.
Playing my Switch more than PS5. I don't care much of story. If it had, that's the bonus, but for Terrified, it's all about the gore.
Gore. Oh, he's found something now. But yeah, certain movies are, I mean, of course they have a story, right? But the story is really just there for the sake of, you know, showing stuff.
That much either, but I still can't imagine like that. Get my model. I got a Steam Deck. You should go. What do you think of it? It's unbelievable. The graphics are impressive for a handheld. Worth the hype. Yeah, I like the idea of a Steam Deck, but I don't know if I'd actually use it. That's the thing. But I want one. I want one anyway. Oh, they're getting close. Remember while they're on the run. The one with the biggest memory cost me nearly $1,000. Ooh. Did you buy it from a shop, or did you buy it from like somebody selling it secondhand? But you know, because it's rare or scarce, they charge more for it. Yo, Alan Evans, AE and a place to be. Let's just say I was in the dog's house for a couple of days. I bought it on eBay. Oh, okay. I see. But was it worth being in a doghouse for a couple of days for though? Was the PS5 worth the trip to the doghouse? That's the real question. Okay, so I've been working on other bits. So good. Okay. The thing I love about those movies is because they are low budget. They special effects CGI is cool, but it can look crap in horror movies. No, that's for sure. Yeah. I think certain things are just better done when it's practical. The thing about CGI is that it ages very quickly. And there's certain like nuances and details and movement that CGI doesn't quite get right, and it looks odd. Excuse me. Remember, in the US store in a purge, you best be booted and suited and straps to the T. You'll have better luck with that here in the South. Ugh. I ain't trying to go nowhere during old purge, but best believe. Like, whatever the purge is, I ain't there. Let me know when it is so I know not to be there. Well, as I play the Steam Deck in a nice. Now that's thinking. I like that. Haze. I've been alright, man. I've been alright. Illin' and chilling. Maxing and relaxing. I sleeping next to the dog was a welcome break from the missus. What kind of dog you got, Jakes? Did you watch the news? This nurse accused of killing babies. I don't believe I heard that, man. That's terrible. What country happened in the UK? Damn, man. That's so sad. Well, accused. So hope. Well, I guess somebody was killing the babies, but still, whether it was the nurse or not. It was worth the cost to me. They love to charge extra, yeah. Yeah, if you're buying on, especially because like, it's so hard to get, if you're buying on eBay or places, similar sorts of places, and yeah, you could be paying a lot. But hey, if it's worth it, then it's worth it, right? Because every movie is down on the budget of 35,000. It looks great considering the movie. And a second was crowdfunded, and the people behind it just said if we are gonna all that. So yeah, looking forward to it. 35,000 is a very low budget movie, and especially by sort of modern standards. Like at that point, you're probably having to ask just about everybody on the set to work 2 or 3 different gigs. You know what I mean? Like, the guy who does the lighting also plays one of the characters, you know, something like that. Like, you're probably having to scrimp and scrape wherever you can on a budget like that. Yeah, the director was also the caterer. You know, that's That's what's happening on the budget 35k. You're everybody's doing double duties. Maybe even triple duties. Isn't very difficult to get. No, but PS5, I'm sure it's still, isn't it? Yeah, picture an off-white nationwide event. You'll have no choice but to put it in that work. There'd be all kinds of groups all over, including militias. Yeah, let me know what that is, and I'll know not to be there during that time. I do not want to be at all. Yeah, purchase. To me, it's worth it. Either buy Devil May Cry 5, Metal Gear when I get mine. Well, what God of War Ragnarok? I think that's out soon, isn't it? And the person that does light also does the sound as well. Yeah. But yeah, with a budget like that. People pulling double duties, triple duties. You got to, man. You got to. But also, I feel like if you're working on a film like that, people are generally speaking more emotionally invested in the film, and don't mind doing extra work because everybody wants to see it work. You know. As someone who does it for the passion, yeah. Like one of my favorite films is Napoleon Dynamite. That was a pretty low budget film. I don't think it was that low, but it was a pretty low budget movie. And yeah, that was the same sort of thing. People were doing double duties, and some of the actors were doing like food design and things like that. And God just turned into a bat. But when you hear about stories, when you read stories like that, you just realize how much everybody just wanted that film to work. And even though it doesn't make the film better, it kind of does, you know? Having a PC and a handheld is incredible. Metal Gear is really good on the deck. Or co-directors being one of the main characters. Yeah. I'm currently playing Resident Evil 2 remake on the deck. How's that running though? Is that running smooth? Is it jittery? Is it buffer a lot? That's the Metal Gear so far. Which is being supporting characters. Yes. Event to pay, been able to. What am I gonna see? I got my DVD, Dangerous Minds. I might watch that tomorrow. Yeah, that's a good movie. It's a real good movie. Anybody hasn't seen it, definitely worth checking out. Works perfectly nice. I want me a Steam Deck, even though I probably don't have much use for it. I want one, man. I want one. I'm that kind of geek. The budget of the movie looks great, and all the camera is awesome. That's also, if you're working with that kind of budget, you really have to know where to spend your money as well. Like, you can't just, because clearly you can't just blow whatever on one thing. So you really got to look at where the money goes, what's really important, and creating a film that is going to look good within the confines of what you're able to do. I think one of the mistakes that some low-budget films make is that they try to create a film that looks like a big-budget Hollywood movie, and it just clearly isn't, and it ends up looking cheap and awful. Meanwhile, you can have films that don't cost as much, but because they designed the film a lot better, it creates the film that works within itself. It looks great, you know, and it's a lot of it's down to understanding what you're working with and what you can do with
the resources you have. That's right. What's Tina gonna do though? I can't remember what happens in this movie. It's been that long since I've seen it. I can't remember if Tina or Luva goes with Blacula or not. I think she does. I think she's about to go with Blacula. Let me not say that. I might be ruining it. My bad. My bad. But I think Tina got it bad though. One thing to go over space cool. As well. I think that game. And that game too. Only experience on the deck, trust me. When you say hold the experience, do you mean just down to the controls, or just? I'm guessing because you play on a smaller screen, right? If Haze gives you money, sure, I'll cash up you a couple of grand, yeah. I'll just reach into my other pants pocket where I keep my spare 2,000, and I'll just hand it over. Sure, I'll do that. Why not? You've earned it, FG. You've earned it. Shares in the company in case you think over in the UK initiates the purge. I just love the product. But you know what? That might even be happening in the UK. Things are mad. Things are mad over here. Might be heading towards some kind of purge. The next couple of years, we'll see. You know, though, sometimes if you really like something, because I get that, like when you really like something, and you're talking about it, it sounds like they're sponsoring you, and it's like, no, you genuinely think it's that good. So yeah, I get you, Jakes. I get you. There's certain things like that for me as well, where I could talk about it as if somebody's sponsoring me or something, or you know what I mean, some kind of deal like that. And it's like, no, I just really think it's a good product. Who is your favorite final girl? What's the final girl? Is that the girl that you finish on? Actually, I do know what you mean by final girl, by the way. I'm just making dirty jokes for the sake of it. Favorite final girl. So for those who don't know, by the way, how would I describe a final girl? I guess a final girl would be the girl that survives a horror movie. So Laurie Strode, for example, Sydney Prescott. Those ones that come to my mind right now. I'm sure there's others. But yeah, I guess the girl who survives a horror movie. Oh no, that's how I describe it. I might be completely wrong, but I don't know, Sam. Maybe I should just shut up and let Sam explain what a final girl is, because I might have just explained it completely incorrect of what it actually is. Piggy bank. That's Final Fantasy work on the deck. You might be right. I'm not sure I've ever played Final Fantasy on the deck. I imagine it does, though. Though, I don't know, you could probably check just to be sure, though. Also, might depend on which Final Fantasy you're talking about, because there's like a million of those games at this point. Looks before then, and horror trailers. I think most people do, to be honest. Well, it depends which horror it is. I'll let you finalize on
for the last time. I would say Sarah Connor. Okay. So, ooh. Oh. No, did he kill her though? I think he did. You're pretty spot on, to be honest, about the final girl. Okay, so it's pretty accurate. But you mentioned Sarah Connor, so I guess it's not just horror movies then. I guess it's just the girl that survives the movie, whether it's a horror, action, sci-fi, whatever. Any kind of peril. If the movie has some kind of peril, I suppose, and the girl survives it, she's the final girl. No, he's going to convert. Of course he does. A mortal beloved. Right, the late great Dick Gregory asks white women about themselves in horror films. How does a foot a month catch y'all? A foot a month? What's a foot a month? How does a foot a month catch y'all? What's that? Yeah, sorry. I mean, I know Dick Gregory is or was, but yeah, what's a foot a month? How does a foot a month catch y'all? Well, how does a foot a month catch y'all? I don't know. Why don't they make a horror movie where everybody survives? A horror movie where everybody survives. I mean, I guess you can do that. You can. I mean, because I guess you technically don't need death for it to be a horror movie. Might be a shit movie though, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, I guess it can be done, but it might be a shit movie. That's maybe why they don't do it. They need to figure out how to make a good movie where nobody dies. Then they can go ahead and do that. But I think if you make a horror movie where nobody dies, most likely it's probably just gonna be a shit movie. That might not be why they don't do it though. I think Hollywood is not above making shit movies, so that might not be the reason they don't do it. Sigourney Weaver, of course, the Alien movies. There's always one person or two that survived. Jodie Foster. That was I mean, yeah, I guess she survived Silence of the Lambs, or oh, she survived Taxi Driver. She survived Taxi Driver. That was some peril in Taxi Driver. She had a lot of help, to be fair, but she still survived it. I think she survived Bugsy Malone as well. I don't remember, but I think she survived Bugsy Malone. You know, how does a slow character catch up? Oh, right, I see. That's gotcha. I think, to be fair though, if you are frightened or any kind of elevated emotional states, any kind of emotional states, you're not always going to be acting or behaving in the most logical, sensible manner. So although the creature might be moving slow, you know, because you're so scared, you're not necessarily thinking in any kind of normal way. And because of that, maybe tripping over things, you're not really looking where you're going and things like that. So I think, in fairness, it looks silly, sure, but it does kind of make sense. Like, if everybody behaved completely rationally in a horror movie, you'd have a shit movie. You know what I mean?
It'd be like, oh, there's a bad guy over there. Let me not go over there. Credits roll. That's the movie over. Do you know what I mean? Like it'd be a terrible movie if everybody behaved in the most rational, logical, sensible ways. They killed her. Well, she was dead already, to be fair. Motherfucker Girl is between Sidney Prescott and Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor's a good one. I'm not sure about Sidney Prescott, though. That was back in the day, in thrillers and the horrors, either there was no black folks or they were the first ones to go. Yeah, I think there was probably, you probably like to have no black folks in the old school horror movies, but there's definitely quite a few old school horror movies with black folk in there where they're not the first to go. It's mainly, I feel like it's mostly the action movies or the thriller, or not the thriller, the suspense movies or stuff like that, where the black guy was the first to go. But horror movies, I mean, I'm sure there's horror movies where black guys die first. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I think there were a decent amount of horror movies where the black guy was not the first to go in the horror genre, even in the old school ones like 70s, 80s. You know, even going back to like 60s with Night of the Living Dead, you know, the black guy was the last to go in that one. And he was the only black guy in the damn film, you know what I mean? So, no smoking. He's about to smoke up right now. And there was Dawn of the Dead. Was it Dawn? Yeah, Day of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead? I can't remember which the second one was, but it was the second one in the series where the black guy was not the first to go in that either. So there's a few at least. I mean, I'd have to like maybe rewatch some stuff to really remember, but I'm pretty sure there's a good few horror movies even going back a while where the black guy was not the first to go. But yeah, pretty much every other genre movie, the black guy would be the first to go if you talk about 60s, 70s, 80s. Taxi Driver's a classic, for real. If you've not seen Taxi Driver, definitely see that. Yeah, from Harvey Keitel. Walk into the spot and just shut up the place. I'm leaving in real life. Believe that hell, or they be screaming and yelling, huh? And be falling, going through them stairs. Blacula dies in this. Wait a minute. There's a Blacula part 2, though. There is a second Blacula movie. It's called Scream, Blacula Scream. So if he dies at the end of this, how is there a second movie? Unless the second movie is a prequel. Ooh. But that was Blacula. That was Blacula. I've seen this before. I liked it the first time I saw it, even though it was a terrible film. Watching it again, still a terrible film, and I still like it. It's very cheaply made, which, I mean, 70s Blaxploitation, of course, is cheaply made. It's very cheesy at times, very nonsensical. It moves the story along very quickly because I guess, you know, you just kind of have to do that when you only got an hour and a half because you ain't got a lot of money to make long movies, so you just kind of moving the story along in ways that it doesn't quite add up. But it's so bad it's good is my opinion on it, on films like this. And it's just a fun movie. I'm sure it's not, at least my estimation, it wasn't intended to be that way. I think when they made this film, they were trying to make a solid horror movie, and maybe it's just because it was made in 1972. I think I watched this for the first time in probably like 20 something or other, 2010 or something like that. And then watching it again in 2022, you know, it's some 50 years since this film was released, 50 years. So yeah, it's gonna look cheesy. It's gonna look silly and whatever and camp and out of things. Not everything ages well, and certainly some of the dialogue didn't age well in this movie. But yeah, it's a pretty cool flick. Definitely worth watching. And yes, if you do watch it, I know some of you guys didn't get it this time around, which is cool. I understand. Having to pay to watch a movie sucks. I get it. But if you do ever watch this movie, whether you buy it, rent it, comes on TV, whatever, Netflix might get it one day. I don't know. But if you ever watch this movie, yeah, look out for the character called Luva / Tina. And I'm telling you, that was Beyonce before Beyonce was Beyonce. But yeah, cool film, Blacula. Gonna have to watch Blacula Scream at some point. Maybe do it for the movie night in a few weeks or whenever. But yeah, that's my opinion on Blacula, 1972, directed by William Crane, starring William Marshall, Denise Nichols, and Vanessa McGee. Big up everybody on this movie. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Travis, usually being happening to film. Travis Bickles, yeah, that's because in real life, they probably drunk. Well, that's it. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Actors get drunk, get high, go on set, tripping over stuff, and the director was like, "Okay, fine, we'll just go with that." Dawn of the Dead wasn't a black guy. The main character. I can't remember if it's Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead, but whichever the second movie was, the one that's set in the mall, in the shopping mall, and it's a few main characters. There's a black guy, there's a white guy, there's like maybe 5 or 6 of them. And they're all in the mall for most of the movie, in the shopping mall for most of the movie, and it kind of hold up there for a while. But yeah. Good to see Dawn of the Dead again. Dawn of the Dead. Let me run this like which movie? Night of the Living Dead movie. Night of. Okay, so Dawn of the Dead is the second one, and Day of the Dead is the third one. Okay, so Dawn of the Dead is the one I'm thinking of. That's the one with when they're set in the mall. I'm pretty sure that's the one that's set in the mall. Let me yeah, set in the mall, and then Day of the Dead is like when they're in like this thing, like some underground. Day of the Dead is one with Bob the Zombie. More was Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, that was Ving Rhames. That wasn't Ving Rhames, was it? Was that Ving Rhames in Dawn of the Dead for real? Nah, was it? Nah. Let me get that picture. Let me get that picture. Let me come over here actually. That ain't Ving Rhames. If that's Ving Rhames, then boy, man's going through some changes. Oh, one sec. What was that? What was that? I just saw something that caught my attention. Oh, here we go. Craig David says Bo Selector was racist and ruined my life. I think he's talking about the TV show and not the song that he did. I'd assume. But anyway. think Ving. I'm not sure Ving Rhames. Ving Rhames would have been like a tiny baby when this movie came out. Yeah, because it's like what 1978. Ving Rhames would have been like, I don't know, like 10 or something. Let's see. When was Ving Rhames born? 1959. So what's that? 59, 69. 70. He was about 20. Actually, no. To be fair, he could have been in that movie because he would have been. Yeah, he would have been about 20 when that film was being made, or just under maybe like late teens. So he could have been in the movie. He wasn't, but he could have. Just saying. He was at an age where he would have been at a reasonable, suitable age to be in this film. But yeah, I don't think it doesn't look like he was in this movie. I'm just looking at the other characters, and none of them are Ving Rhames. There was a Scott Reininger though. Just load up the whole cast. Let me see here. Do a find. Nah, Ving Rhames is not in Dawn of the Dead. Ah, he was in the 2004 Dawn of... I see. Okay, so we're talking about two different Dawn of the Deads then. Gotcha. All right, big up, Mr. Man. Big up, Mr. Man. So I was talking about Dawn of the Dead from 78. You're referring to Dawn of the Dead from 2004. I see. Okay. All right. Yeah, so Ving Rhames was in Dawn of the Dead from 2004, but not the original. So I was referring to the original. I guess you were referring to the remake. That's where the confusion came in. That's where the confusion came in. I was talking about the original. You were talking about the remake. Yeah, it took place in Florida, I think. There was a beach. I've only seen the original Day of the Dead. I'm not a remake Day of the Dead, if that's what you might be referring to. I don't remember a beach in it though, in the original one. That was really not the that came out 3.5 decades before that. So the original movies, by the way, so I guess they all got remade, or at some point, or most of them got remade, or whatever. But the original one starts with Night of the Living Dead from 1968. This is the first one in a series by George A. Romero. So if I come down to connections, there's gonna be here we go, connections. I would even click on it. So this is Night of the Living Dead 1968. That's the first one. It's followed by Dawn of the Dead 78, Day of the Dead 85, Land of the Dead 2005, Diary of the Dead 2007, Survival of the Dead 2009. It's a version of Night of the Living Dead Darkest Dawn 2015, but it was remade as Night of the Living Dead, Night of the Living Dead 3D, Night of the Living Dead Resurrection, yeah, it was remade a bunch of times. But then there's also a remake of Dawn of the Dead, and I guess a remake of Day of the Dead as well. So, but the original ones were like 60s, 70s, 80s, yeah. Day of the Dead. Nah, that's so good. I know what you meant. They've been 19 and 78. I only remember the originals also, yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen all the original series. I've seen, I believe, the first 3 ones. So Night,
Dawn and Day. I don't think I've seen anything after that. And I know I definitely haven't seen any of the remakes. Shaun of the Dead, got Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Yeah, that was the comedy. Not quite a spoof of Dawn of the Dead, but, you know, I guess it references zombies. So there's that. That's a good movie, though. I did like Shaun of the Dead. It's really funny. Which ones? Ones that takes place in a cemetery funeral parlor. That would have been Night of the Living Dead. Or wait, actually, because they're in a cemetery in the beginning of Night of the Living Dead, but most of it is inside a house. Most of it is in a house, which is what Resident Evil was inspired by. But they are in a funeral. Sorry, they are in a cemetery at the beginning. Like, two of the characters are at a cemetery. They go in like to see their mother's grave or something like that. Barbara and her brother. They're coming to get you, Barbara. With this lady here. It's Barbara. Was Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead was, well, yeah. Something else. Oh, that is actually what we're referring to anyway. Okay, cool, gotcha. I did like the Kingsman Secret Service film made me laugh. Kingsman, yeah, that was alright. I saw the first one of that, actually. I haven't seen the second or third. I think, what, Secret Service is the first one. I think Gold Circle or stuff like that is the second one. Good thing I told you about Night of the Living Dead. Yes, I haven't seen it yet, but I have to get to that one eventually. And then Black Adam, that's out on the 22nd, 21st. Oh, get this, yeah. I have a free contract, as in, you know, free, the telephone network free, right? So for those who don't know, real quick, one of the mobile phone network providers over in the UK is called Free, or Hutchinson's 3G to give them their full name. Anyway, but yeah, I have a contract for that company for my phone, and I didn't notice until recently, but they do these like gifts, what you call them, like loyalty gifts, right? We can get like rewards and blah blah blah. One of the gifts, one of the things they do is to get a cinema ticket for £3, and you can get one cinema ticket per week for £3, which means I can go to the cinema once a week and only pay £3 for the ticket. And that's pretty cool, because I mean, I probably won't go to cinema every week, but there's a few films that are coming out that I'm definitely interested in, and if I only gotta pay £3 for it, then yeah, you know what I mean. So that's a pretty cool thing. Another cool thing they do is I can go to Cafe Nero and get any barista made drink for £1. Yeah, so I could have like a latte, a flat white, whatever I want, oat milk, whatever I want, cream or whatever I want. That might normally cost like £4 or £5, right? I only got to pay £1, and I get one of those every week. That's pretty cool. I'm just saying. I didn't even know it was there until like maybe last week. And now I'm like, yo, I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to take advantage of this. I had the other day, I had and not only that, even better, because I went to the Cafe Nero, and I asked for a single shot flat white with oat milk. And the reason why I asked for that is because a friend of mine recommended it. She said that's her go-to drink. Single shot flat white with oat milk, right? So I asked for that.
and I saw that it was coming up to like £4 something. But again, only paid £1, right? And so I got a cake along with it because I only paid £1 for the coffee. So I got myself a cake with the coffee, and the whole thing came to about £4 something, right? I paid for £4 something. I think it was like £4.40, but I paid that on my card, and it went through. The ding, all that came up, went through. Took my coffee, took my Now, what I noticed, because I pay through my phone. You know, you've got the Google Pay for on your phone. I pay for my phone, right? So I tap it, and it shows up on my phone that I paid £4 something. And then right underneath that, it says refunded, you know, the same £4 back to me. I'm thinking, okay, that's a bit odd, because I didn't ask for a refund. You know, I'm fine with the coffee. I wasn't complaining. I didn't ask for nothing. Turns out, they just decided to refund it back to me. I don't know why. I didn't ask for it. I wasn't complaining. I liked the drink. I liked the cake. I was happy to pay the £4, whatever. But for whatever reason, they decided to refund that £4 back to me. So I effectively just got a coffee and a cake for free. So that was pretty cool. That was really cool. So yeah, big up Cafe Nero for that. In fact, I feel like to my mind, I've been to Cafe Nero twice, and both times I got a free coffee. Because like the first time I went, I was like doing the Uber Eats deliveries, and I was picking up some food for somebody else, some drinks for somebody else. And while I was there, I was like, "Yo, can I get a I can't remember what I asked for, but can I get a coffee as well for myself?" And the dude said to me, "Hey, you're with Uber Eats, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, you know, you guys get free coffees." I was like, "Cool," and he gave it to me for free. I haven't done an Uber Eats for a while now, so I don't know if I can still get that. But even whatever, I never even tried when I went the last time. But for whatever reason, it just refunded back to me. So yeah, two times I've been to Cafe Nero, and both times I've got a free coffee. So I can't lie, man. I'm kind of liking Cafe Nero right now. Like, they give me free stuff. I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. So indeed, that's what's up. When people just refund stuff to you just because, you know what I mean? That's what's up. I don't know why they decided to do it. I don't know. I mean, possibly it was a mistake. I mean, I don't think so, because I literally I tapped it once. Ding! I never went back to tap it again or whatever. So I know I didn't ask for it. Nobody told me they were doing it. It just came up like. And even since, you know, I've checked my bank or whatever, and yeah, there's not been charged for it. So it's like, yo, I guess I got a free coffee and cake. I didn't catch up with the chat. I think I missed a few things. I got both movies on DVD. Oh, the Kingsman ones. Okay, yeah. What's the thing with people wanting trigger warnings on everything you watch these days? When do people get so soft? That's right. You'll be getting my internet upgraded on Wednesday. Nice. So the coffee. Yep. You know the thing with trigger warnings. I mean, yeah, I get it. Because for me, personally, I feel like I don't need it. Like, I don't need to see a trigger warning, whatever. I mean, if I want to know, I mean, you already have things that let you know certain types of content that's in a movie, whether it's got, I don't know, like swearing, nudity, whatever. You've already got that sort of thing anyway. So I feel like I personally don't feel like I need to see trigger warning and that kind of stuff. That being said, I do feel that there is a use for it, but it's a kind of a tricky area, because the general idea of a trigger warning is that if you have a show, for example, that talks about rape, and somebody who's been raped, it might cause them to have some kind of PTSD, you know, something along those lines. By seeing it, it might trigger some bad, you know what I mean? It might trigger something within them if they're watching a show about that has rape and so on in there. So the general idea is to let you know that this is going to be there, so you can decide that actually this might trigger me. I'm not going to watch it. But the problem with a trigger warning is that once you said trigger warning, there is rape in this show, it's already, you brought up that topic of rape already. And if that's something that's triggering to them, they're going to be triggered by that, you know, or maybe not definitely, but, you know, there's a possibility at least they could be triggered by just that warning. So although I feel like I understand the purpose behind it and I get it, I think that's understandable, that makes sense. But at the same time, there are inherent problems with the fact that you're telling people about this thing that's going to trigger them. So it's like, I don't know how you get around it. It might be a case of just saying, hey, look, the world sucks and you're going to see things that piss you off or trigger you or you don't like, and it could happen at any random moment that you're that you're not expecting it to, and there's not really a whole lot you can do about that. You know what I mean? It sucks. But it ultimately just is what it is. At any moment in time, something could remind you of this horrifying event in your life, and you just have no idea when that could happen. It could be a word. It could be a vision. It could be something that somebody said. It could be something that somebody did. It could be a T-shirt. It could be anything. Something could remind you. It could be a sound. You know, something could remind you of this traumatic event, and that sucks. But yeah, I do feel like, as much as I understand the purpose behind the trigger warning, ultimately, the fact that it exists somewhat defeats the purpose of the trigger warning itself. You know. Moral story: go for coffee. Well, I don't know if I can get you a free coffee. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I've only been able to get myself free coffees, and to be honest, I wasn't even trying both times. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I never get anything for free. Oh, that's a shame. We need to get Mr. Man something for free. You could have Jennifer Lopez's love. That don't cost a thing. That don't cost a thing at all. But I don't know. Do you want Jennifer Lopez's love? I mean, I wouldn't mind personally, but you know, different folks, different strokes. That sounded. I just realized how it sounded. It's not what I intended it to sound. I just realized how it sounded, and it's not how I intended it to sound. But cool, they'll take it. Good. That's good. I'll take Jennifer Lopez's love. It don't cost a thing. I think Jennifer Lopez could do some good love. People just seem to wonder on anything. It could be the sky is blue. We need a trigger warning. Yeah, that's. I think that's beyond excessive. And that one thing that had her tripping. It's just one thing that got me tripping. It's just one thing that got me tripping. Got me tripping. It's just one thing that it's just one thing that got me tripping. It's just one thing. That was a banger, man. That song, One Thing by AverMedia. That song was a banger. A shame that her. I mean, like, I don't know if it was cut short. She does still sing, but. Yeah, like it felt like AverMedia was positioned like in that ripe position to be huge, you know, because that song was a banger, and it just didn't work out that way for her. Now maybe that's for the best for her, you know. She seems to be doing pretty well for herself right now, so maybe it's, you know, mainstream success isn't for everyone. Right, to be fair, and so maybe that's fine, but it was just like she was in that right position where she was, you know what I mean, to be that, like, to be huge, to be big, and it just didn't work out for her. But you know, but it's good she's doing all right though. She's still singing. She runs a book club now, the last I saw. So she's doing all right though, which is good. It's always good to see when people keep moving and keep doing the things that they're passionate about, even if it isn't on a big scale. You know, so yeah, big up AverMedia. All day, every day. And she married to Ben Affleck. Maybe.
I think there was, and then didn't they get back together though, or something? I'm sure I heard them getting back together because I know they split up, and then I'm sure I heard them getting back together. Let me be a bit nosy for a second. Let me sip a little tea about Bennifer. Oh wait, not Jennifer Garner, Jennifer Lopez. What am I doing? Lopez. Yeah, looks like they are back together. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Also, yeah. Yeah, looks like they are back together. So let's see. Ben Affleck was dating Jennifer Lopez. That ended. Then he was with Jennifer Garner. That ended. And now he's back with Jennifer Lopez. Like, yo, what is up with all these Jennifers? Is that what he puts on his Tinder profile or something? Your name must be Jennifer. Had some Starbucks from a hotel a couple of months ago when we were out of town. Had Starbucks gift cards my mother gave me. Oh, nice. I like Starbucks, actually. I mean, I know they're like evil corporations and that, but yeah, I do like Starbucks. I'll say that out of the big coffee houses, so that's Starbucks, Costa, and Cafe Nero, I would say that, in my opinion, Starbucks probably does the better quality coffees. That being said, I'm probably drinking much more at Costa because they're just everywhere, and it's a lot more convenient to do a Costa than it is to do any of the others. But between those three, yeah, I think Starbucks probably do the better quality coffee. That being said, I'm learning about coffee, and apparently, like, if you want the real good coffee, you got to go to like the actual sort of small specialists that, I don't know, import coffee from the French. I don't know what they do, but apparently you're supposed to go to like the artisan, like the small artisan shops, and that's where you get the best coffee from. So I'll have to try those. He loves him some Jenny from the block. Well, you can't be fooled by the rocks that she's got, or the holes in her socks. She's still Jenny from the block. She used to have a little, now she's got a lot. But she's still Jenny from the block. You know, she's still grounded. J-Lo. My love don't cost a thing. Jennifer Lynn Affleck. That's her official name now. Jennifer Lynn Affleck, also known as J-Lo. Weatherspoons do the worst coffee I've ever tasted in my life. I've never had coffee at Weatherspoons. Well, I've never been to a Weatherspoons, so there is that. But they do the, I mean, I've seen from the outside, they do, was it the Lavazza? Lavazza coffees, I think that's what it's called. These guys. Founded in Turin in 1895 by Luigi Lavazza. We're talking about worse coffees, though. I can tell you the went to Spoons a while back for breakfast. The food was okay. For the price, the coffee was I say the worst place I've had coffee. And so it's actually so one of the mosques that I go to on a regular basis, because they have a car park, and it's, you know, it's also good to find free parking in London. But they have a restaurant cafe type thing in the mosque, right? And they serve various foods and snacks and coffees and things like that. And their food is pretty good. I do like their food. It's reasonably priced, and they do good food. I guess just like the Wetherspoons as well. The food is pretty good. But yeah, one day I thought, yeah, let me try their coffee. It was like £1.50 for what they called a Nescafe. It was just listed as Nescafe coffee. And I paid £1.50 for it. And then I had some. It was awful. And I know exactly why it was awful, by the way. I know exactly why it was awful. Because it was instant coffee. And not the good kind of instant coffee. The crappy kind of instant coffee. You know the crap that they have those granules and you just pour hot water on it and spin it around for a few seconds. It was that kind of crappy instant coffee. And I was like, bruh, come on. You can't be charging £1.50 for this crap. Like, you can't. And in a mosque as well, like a place of worship, you're gonna rip people off on a coffee. Like, come on. This is not a good look. £1.50 for some crappy instant coffee. You know, that you literally just, it's hot water and granules, spin it around, and it's like, yeah, here you go. It's like, nah. Come on, man. Because if it was like, I don't know, 50p, maybe I wouldn't feel so bad about it, because it's like, whatever, right? But £1.50 for that, bruh. You go to McDonald's and it's 99p, and you get a decent cup of coffee for 99p. There's no good reason to be charging £1.50 for instant coffee. Exactly, you know what I mean? And in the house of God. In the house of God, how could you? How could you? It's not right, man. It's not right. But yeah, that was definitely the worst coffee I've had. Actually, let me actually hold on a second. I'm definitely, yeah, that's definitely the worst coffee I've had. I think I'm sticking by that for now. I don't think I think have I had Yeah, that's definitely the worst. That's definitely the worst. Yeah, I think that's definitely the worst. That is definitely the worst. I'm pretty sure that's the worst. From definitely to pretty sure. 99% certain that's the worst. Well, I mean, wouldn't go that far, you know. But it's bad coffee. So, you know. Oof. Okay, what about the best coffee you've had? Let's go with that then. What is the best coffee you've had? Or the best place you've had coffee? Let's ask that question. Let me check this poll actually. So far, most of you would rather fist fight Michael Myers. I think I agree with that, you know. I think I agree with that. I think... Actually, no, wait. No, what did I say? Not Michael Myers. I don't agree with that. That was Leatherface. No, I disagree with that. What am I talking about? I disagree with that. Michael Myers, I would rather fist fight Leatherface over all of them. But most of you would think you can take on Michael Myers. That's interesting. I don't think anybody can take on Michael. Well, not anybody. I'm not sure anybody here can take on Michael Myers. But most of you would rather. Okay. You know, maybe you got some fight skills that I don't know about. Maybe. But nah, if I had to fight.
If I had to fight any of them, I think I'm going with Leatherface. I feel like I can take on Leatherface. I can take on Leatherface. Like, I mean, I probably can't take Leatherface. I mean, I probably can't. But I feel like I stand a better chance to get Leatherface. You don't serve bad coffee and claim you're doing God's work. Indeed, it's like, come on, man. You know what? I mean, I guess to be fair, it's like it doesn't have to. You go to a place like, I mean, it's not a coffee house, right? It's not, you know, a designated coffee house. I guess you can't realistically expect the best coffee ever. Of course, I'm not being unreasonable. I'm just saying, for £1.50, don't serve me instant coffee. Is all I'm saying. Is all I'm saying. I know times are hard. You're gonna make money somehow, but come on, man. If you're gonna serve instant coffee, you need to drop that price way down. Find local cafes do the best coffee. That's what I'm being told. I've been to, I guess, some local cafes, but so I've only really had things like, I think that what I've been to a local cafe has only been things like, you know, Americanos or black coffees and pretty basic stuff like that, really, which is fine. But yeah, I think I need to try one of the more milk-based coffees. Never face is too damn big. Yeah, I think all of them would. I mean, if you fight any of them, I think you're dying. Really, it doesn't matter who you fight, you're dying. But it's like if you even manage to knock down Malcolm Myers, no, he's getting back up. Even if you manage to knock him down, he's getting back up. You know, Freddy Krueger is like, man will cut you up. He might not be strong, or whatever, but you know he can get inside your head, cut you up. Who's the other guy? Jason Voorhees, man's got a big katana, and and even if you knock him down, he's getting back up. You know, Leatherface is a bit slow, you know, and he takes these big swings. So I feel like at the very least, you got a better chance. I'm not saying I'd beat him. I just feel like I got a better chance against Leatherface than the rest of them. I said, against Malcolm Myers, I'd rather punch Malcolm Myers and die. No one saying you don't love God and serve bad coffee. Which is the worst, I think. Freddy gets you in your sleeve, so that's no good. Yeah, I don't think too many people last very long against Freddy. He's in your head already. The fight, I mean, all you got is your fists. Remember, all you're fighting with is your bare fists. These guys got all their weapons and their magic and whatever. You just got your bare fists. So yeah. I think Sam just wants to touch Michael. Apparently a lot of boys wanted to touch Michael too, but let me behave myself. Let me behave myself. Yeah, I think for me the best place I've had coffee so far. Do that, my man's psychotic. What's the best place? I would say, you know what? It's such a basic one, but I want to say Starbucks because they do the pumpkin spice latte there, and I feel like that's the best coffee I've had. That's the best coffee I've had, the pumpkin spice latte. You know, there's a maple one which is quite nice, but the pumpkin spice latte I think just takes it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say Starbucks, which it's like I feel like I want to say like some unknown small cafe, you know, in some town that nobody ever visits. But yeah, I'm gonna say Starbucks, and
evil corporation. But that pumpkin spice latte, man, it's pretty damn good. I can't lie. I can't lie. Psycho. Ugh. Costa do a really nice gingerbread coffee during the Christmas period, though. I've not tried that. So Christmas is coming up. Oh, someone was telling me about that, though. I'm pretty sure someone's telling me about that not too long ago. But yeah, Christmas is coming up. So what we did, October? So maybe a month or two before that starts coming out. I tend to go Costa the most because it's just everywhere. Whereas I mean, there's lots of Starbucks around, but it's like also things like parking as well. That's the thing, because I'm driving around. I got to look for something to park, and ideally park for free. And when it comes to places like that, it tends to be either petrol stations or supermarkets for the most part. Especially in London during the day, it's like petrol stations or supermarkets, and a lot of the petrol stations and supermarkets have Costa coffee machines. So yeah, Costa tends to be the one that I buy the most, just because they're most places that I go to. Whereas Cafe Nero and Starbucks are less frequent. Cafe Nero especially, I've literally been there twice. Literally been there twice. Been to a Cafe Nero twice. Starbucks maybe a few times. But yeah, they're far less frequent than a Costa, just because there's so many Costa machines around. And the Costa machines, by the way, I know they're not as good as the coffee you get from the machines are not as good as the coffee you get from the shop, which is fine, but it's not terrible. You know what I mean? It's still pretty decent coffee that you get from the machine, and they don't charge as much, so it's not as bad. It's not like you're paying the same price for worse coffee. They do actually drop the price on the machines. I guess I recognize that it's not as good as from the machine it is from the shop. So yeah, but those machines are everywhere. So, and I get the rewards points as well. I get the reward points at the the coffee rewards from Costa. I get those. Mantis from Metal Gear Solid. Better get my lung and kidney sold. Ready for the Christmas coffee. Well, I told you I'll give you £5 for the. Well, what did I say? I said £5 for the liver, didn't I? No, not the liver, because you need your liver. I'll tell you what. I'll give you £5 for your kidney. And do you need both kidneys? I'll give you £7.50 for both kidneys. £5 for one, £7.50 for two. How's that sound? I think that's a good deal. You could probably get like 2 coffees for that. You know, you could probably get at least 2. One for yourself and the other for yourself. Then Cafe Nero, Starbucks, but I'll drink tea or coffee, so there's no point going there for me. They do other drinks, you know, it's not just tea and coffee, it's not just caffeine. They do other drinks. They do, you know, various frappuccinos. They do chocolate, hot chocolate, as well. They do like what's it called, like caramel stuff, but yeah, it's not just coffee. It's not just coffee and tea. You can get other stuff there too. But my gingerbread coffee, you could have my kidney. All right, that's the deal. Actually, wait a minute. I might want to check the price of gingerbread coffees before I agree to that. I might be agreeing to something and then see the price of his gingerbread coffee like, so there. Let me go check these prices first. I'll get back to you. I might have to renege on that on that one. We'll see. If it's less than a fiver, then yeah, we got a deal. If it's less than £5, we got a deal. If it's like £5 and 1 penny or more, I might have to be like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, wait a minute. £5 or less, we good. Cappuccino latte do have caffeine in them. Hot chocolate don't have caffeine in them. Or do they? No, they don't. Do they? Does hot chocolate have caffeine in it? That's why they don't. Does hot chocolate? I need to find that out. One sec. Does hot chocolate contain caffeine? Oh shit, it does as well. Like coffee and tea and soda, hot chocolate contains caffeine. Caffeine is a naturally occurring stimulant that's often used to provide a much needed energy boost. The exact amount of caffeine found in hot chocolate depends on how your drink was made. Chocolate very dependent on the cocoa content and the type. Oh, okay, I see, because the caffeine's in there. Right, okay, that makes sense actually. Yeah. But yeah, generally the caffeine content isn't that high. So unless you're extremely sensitive to caffeine, you're probably okay. So it does have caffeine, but it's probably not going to be very much of it. But yeah, I guess from the cacao. Okay, cool. But yeah, a little bit of caffeine. But yeah, not like as much as a coffee would contain or anything like that. Let's see how much caffeine is in a hot chocolate. It is 7.4 milligrams approximately. A cup of hot chocolate has 7.44 milligrams of caffeine, whereas a single cup of brewed coffee has 96 milligrams. So yeah, way less than coffee. A tall Starbucks hot chocolate contains 20 milligrams of caffeine, and a tall Pike Place coffee has 235 milligrams. Caffeine has more. So coffee has more caffeine than hot chocolate. Oh, yeah. So a regular cup would have about 7.4 milligrams of caffeine, but yeah, so it's a little bit, but yeah. That wouldn't be enough to keep you up all night, I reckon. Like, you could probably have a hot coffee and be fine to go to bed afterwards. Like, it's not gonna keep you up all night. Or at least it shouldn't. It shouldn't. By the way, I said frappuccino, not cappuccino, by the way. Frappuccino. But do frappuccinos have caffeine? Now I want to know. Do frappuccinos have caffeine? Following our definition of a frappuccino, Starbucks frappuccinos are generally coffee based, so yes, they do. Okay,
So it depends, because I don't think the Costa Frappuccinos are coffee based. So I'm pretty sure they told me then they're not. Roasts. Caffeine. You want a coffee based Frappuccino, I'll express all the Frappuccino roast. Not a decaf espresso. Man, everything has caffeine in it. What the hell, man? Dudes are lying to me. People are lying to me, you know. Cause I swear, I can't remember if it was Starbucks or Costa, but I think it was Costa, where they said there's no coffee in the Frappuccino. But apparently it is. People are lying to me out here. Or maybe, I don't know, Costa don't put coffee in their Frappuccinos, but Starbucks do. I don't know. I don't know. Depends on how many you have in a day. I heard that caffeine does stay in the body system for 12 hours. It does, but I mean, you can go to sleep before that. Like, I mean, I would have I mean, depending on the day, but I would have like a coffee in the morning, maybe around about 5 a.m. if I'm up early, like around about 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. And yeah, maybe have a nap around, you know, 11, 12. So way before that 12 hours is up. So yeah, I mean, it stays in the system, but it's not going to keep you up. Like, it would, the effects of coffee in terms of like keeping you awake, that won't last for 12 hours. Like the caffeine will be in your system, but you can go to sleep before the caffeine is out of you. You know, you should be able to. I do. So, I mean, you probably can't have a coffee then go right to bed. That might be a bit difficult. But, you know, 5-6 hours later, you're probably fine. You're probably fine. I think once it gets to about at least 5-6 hours, you're probably fine. But then, yeah, I guess it depends on the individual. Coffee and sleep, no problem. It's only an issue if I drink too much of it. So I eat water or milkshake or cider now and again. Water or milkshake? Is that bruh? Is that your regular thing? Milkshake? Dude, you want to be careful with that. You want to be careful with that. I mean, water's fine. Milkshake or cider, that a regular thing. Water's good to have on a regular basis. You definitely should be drinking water on a regular basis. But milkshake, cider, as a regular thing, you want to be careful with that one. Caffeine, no. Alcohol, yes. You know, yeah, you want to be careful with that one. But hey, I ain't here to judge. Drinks on a check on a regular, just now again, but mostly water. I see. But yeah, it is good to keep your water intake up, stay hydrated,
The only time I drink a lot is Christmas. Apart from Christmas, I had COVID. Ooh. Christmas time. The only time I drink a lot is I don't. not anymore, at least anyway. A lifetime ago, but not these days. You know what they say, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. I mean, if you're talking about cake, I guess, but you watching your hips, Alan? I mean, no judgment, no. I'm just wondering if Alan's like putting on his jeans and asking people, "Is my bum not big in this?" Yeah, man, I'm really bad at our centers. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I might just be good at pretending, you know. Ugh. I might just be good at convincing the world, but well, I ain't no perfect man. I try to do the best that I can with what it is I have. I ain't no perfect man. I try to do the best that I can with what it is I have. And if you know that song, let me know. Drop it in the comments. Say something. It's kind of an obscure. Oh, is it obscure? Yeah, kind of. I don't think it was. No, it was released as a single. I think it was released as a single. So yeah. But maybe not a big, famous, mega popular song. But you know, some of you might know it. Some of you might know it. The artist is pretty popular, but I don't know if that song was pretty popular. I usually ask, does anyone see my jeans? Because I can't find them. So you just walk around with your... Alan walks around with his underwear looking for his jeans. that's I think that's what we just found out today. Alan walks around in his underpants and socks just looking for his jeans. You have faith, which I must respect. But I'm more of an effort person. Sorry, Sam. I'm not sure. I think I misunderstood that last bit. More of a, was it effort person? Sorry, but I think yeah, I'm not. That last bit, more of an effort. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's about right. Hey, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. I ain't no perfect man. I try to do the best that I can.
All right. It is 11:15. Let me wipe this thing off. We watched Blacula today. That was a cool film. It's not a good film, but I liked it anyway because sometimes I like bad movies. I'm gonna try and figure out what that's not what I want. What am I looking for? This is it. Halloween. So I'm thinking maybe Halloween 4 for next week, but it might be, yeah, because I know it took it off. They took it off. They took the Halloween movies off Netflix, which sucks. But okay, it's $3.99 on Amazon. Yeah, well, I might do Halloween 4 next week, but I'll try and confirm that during the week. Maybe I'll pick something else, but we'll see. We'll see. Dude, where's my jeans? Yeah, what I gotta do is find my jeans. Excuse me. Dude, where's my jeans? I think it was if it was a British movie though, it wouldn't be called Dude, Where's My Jeans? It'd have to be called something like, you know, Bruv. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Like, Bruv. Bruv, where's my car keys? Like, that's something like that. Could be the sequel. The squeakquel. Yeah. If we were to make a movie, what would you be? Like, would you be the actor, the writer, director, producer? Like, what role would you be in our movie? Because if you're gonna make a movie, I need to know if I need to hire out or if he could do everything. maybe you could, I mean, it's probably gonna be a low budget movie, so some of you guys might have to pull in like triple duties. To be fair, maybe even quadruple duties. Let's be honest. You might be doing like 4 or 5 different jobs. You gotta save money, man. Halloween 4 is a good Halloween movie. I don't care what the haters say. 5 is trash, but 4 is good. Adam would be the actor. Okay. So we got our star. We need a writer and a director now. Yeah, I mean, I've seen Halloween. I feel like I've seen the first maybe 6 or 7 Halloween movies. And yeah, I just remember them getting progressively worse. That's what I remember. I don't remember what happened in them. You know, I don't remember the dialogue or the story or anything like that. I just remember watching them and having the feeling of them getting progressively worse. Now, that being said, you know, I've watched Halloween 2 and 3 in recent weeks, and both of them have been better than I feel like I remember watching them. Now, maybe that's because it is years later and my opinions change, blah, 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 blah. Or, you know, maybe I just remember them wrong. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I want to ask what I feel my character should be sarcastic. Well, it might need some sarcasm in the movie. Might need some sarcasm. I could direct it. I can be bossy. Let's see. So either Sam the director, but she's bossy, or Sam the actor and she's sarcastic. I've got to be honest, Sam. I think I might prefer the sarcasm over the bossy director. I think I might prefer the sarcastic actor over the bossy director. I don't know. I might have to put you on acting duties. Might have to put you on acting duties. What will I do? Let's see. I should be both. Yeah, I mean, we've got to save money to be fair, so yeah. What would I do? I don't know, because I don't know if I'd want to be the actor. I don't know. Because like the director is a cool position, but I'm not sure I want to do that either, because that sounds like a lot of work. I want to be like the bit that the whatever role sounds like I do a lot, but you know, ultimately don't really do anything at all. I just kind of, my name gets in the credits, and and I pretty much take a lot of the credit for the film, especially if it's good. Like a lot of the credit goes to me. I feel like I want that role, even though I don't actually do anything. I just like, you know, take the accolades. That's a bit I want. I just want the accolades. If the film ends up sucking, then I get to blame it on somebody else. But if it's a good film, then I want to take all the credit for it. That's the role I want. Really good. Oh, we're gonna need some good eye. Yes. We're gonna need some good eye rolling. Some close up on the eye rolling as well. We like in fact, if you're directing it as well, Sam, yeah, you gotta make sure you get a good close up on the eye roll. So in this movie we kill Kev. Hey! Actually, yeah, you kill Kev. You kill Kev, yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, the movie could be called, and what's a good title? Let's see. Village Idiots? Nah, we ain't going that. Nah, we ain't that. What's a good title? Something that hasn't been done already. Let's see. This movie could be called, I don't know, Blood and Gore. Yeah, Blood and Gore. I mean, that's just, I mean, because there's got to be blood and gore in the movie, right? Oh, you know what? Even better. It could be like a really violent movie, but it could have like a kind of like a really tame title. Like, it could be called something like, I don't know, like The Little Sheep. You know what I mean? Something like that. The Little Lost Sheep. No, not lost. That's just too much. Like the The friendly little sheep. That's it. Yeah, we call it the friendly little sheep, right? And not even sheep. That's rubbish. How about the friendly little puppy? Yes, even better. The friendly little puppy, but it's like the most violent, gory, gruesome, horrific movie. That's what it should be like. It has a really, really tame title, but the movie itself is like just super violent. I want parents to complain that they thought it was a kids movie and they took their 2-year-olds to go see it, and then their 2-year-old was traumatized afterwards. That's the type of movie I want to make. There's kids crying because they thought it was about Barney the dinosaur or something, when it's not. It's like Barney's in it and he gets his head chopped off. That's the type of movie I want. It's got Barney the dinosaur getting his head chopped off and his dick sucked. Like, that's the movie I'm trying to make. Barney gets decapitated while getting a blowjob. Like, that's the movie I'm trying to make. And right when Barney gets decapitated, that's when Sam does an eye roll. I'm just saying, that's a good movie right there. The movie sucks, can't blame the actors, only the writers and directors. Well, Sam's directing it, so there you go. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, so we got Bonnie the dinosaur. If Sam's the killer, cutting his head off, right? Because Sam just said she's the killer, so I guess Sam's the killer. But who's giving a blowjob then? Alan, you're up. That's a good movie. Alan giving Bonnie the dinosaur a blowjob while Sam cuts his head off. That's the movie I'm trying to make. That's the movie. I think we've got our movie. I think we've got it, guys. I think we've got it. I think we just wrote an Oscar winner of a movie right there. I think we make that movie. It's a classic. At least a couple of 100 million at the box office. At least. We'll be rich, guys. And it probably won't even cost that much to make. So it's all profit. I remember when that movie's a success, I'm taking all the credit. I'm the I think my title's gonna be creative consultant. That's my title. Which basically means that I don't really do much, but say I like this and I don't like that. And yeah, that's my role. I don't like that. Oh, that's pretty cool. There you go, Joseph, for the main movie. Deleted scenes just in case. Makes it. So it's gonna be in the outtakes. All right, cool. As long as we got it on camera, that's the main thing. As long as we got it on camera. Bring us coffee. Yeah, actually, I don't mind bringing a coffee. I don't mind doing it. I can do that. I can do that. Creative consultant and coffee bringer. That's my role. I don't mind doing that. But you know, you're getting that crappy instant coffee. No, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. I won't. You get good coffee. You get good coffee. I'll make sure you guys get good coffee. You know, if I'm in charge of getting the coffee, you guys get good coffee. That's how it works. I'm not gonna get you bad coffee. No, of course not. I want you to succeed. You know. And I want Alan to suck on. let me behave myself. let me behave myself. But yeah, you know, get you good coffee. Fired. Oh yeah, okay. We're not doing that. No one gets fired. You get good coffee. You get good coffee. On a tight budget, so get what you given. Yeah, I mean, you might have a tight budget, but you still get good coffee though, I think. You know, just like I was saying before, like when you got a small budget, you got to know where to spend the money properly. And I feel like, you know, good coffee is a worthwhile expenditure. You know what I mean? So yeah, you get good coffee. You get good coffee. Don't worry about it. You get good coffee. You know, you get good coffee. It just means other things might need to be cut down. You know, like safety equipment. Like we might not have good safety equipment. You know, that sort of thing. You know, just have to be careful. You know, just don't jump too high. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Probably won't have any insurance either. Jacob's back. So Jakes, we're just talking about a movie. Like, if we were to make a movie, like the people who come, you guys, you know, there's this chat right here. If we were to make a movie, what would it be? And here's what we come up with so far. The movie's going to be called the little friendly the little friendly puppy, right? So it's going to have a really tame title, but it's going to be a super violent, gory movie, right? Now, all the story details, we can figure that out later. But the main bit, the main bit in this movie is that Sam is going to be a murderer, a killer who kills Bonnie the dinosaur, right? She chops off Bonnie the dinosaur's head, decapitates his head, while Alan is giving Bonnie the dinosaur a blowjob. Like that's the main bit in the movie. Alan's going to be giving Bonnie a blowy while Sam cuts his head off. Yeah, we got a good movie. Oh, and I'm getting a coffee. I'm bringing a coffee. Well, what would your role in the movie be, Jakes? Would you be actor? Well, you can't be. Actually, no, you can't be director. That's already taken. But I guess you could be an actor, writer. I think producer's still open as well. We don't need any safe equipment. If they die, they die. It's like a Draco. If he dies, he dies. What about an extra? You could be an extra. Yeah, we're gonna need extras, of course. You know, every movie needs extras. So yeah, you could be an extra. You could be in a scene where Sam's cut off Bonnie Dinosaur's head. You could just like be the guy that walks past and does this. You know. I mean, you probably be a blur in the background, you know, so maybe no one sees exactly what you're doing, but, you know, it still makes the scene. The extras make the scene. That's the thing about extras. It's important work. You know, they don't get a lot of credit, but without extras, films look, you know, certain scenes just look dead when they don't have extras in them. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, we need extras. So, yeah, Jacob's extra. Passerby while Bonnie the dinosaur's getting his head decapitated. I got a great shocks and picks. Yeah, I think we got a good movie. We've got a good movie, or at least a good scene anyway. We got a good movie. We're gonna advertise it like it's a kids movie, right? And then the idea is that when parents take their kids to see it, they'll be really outraged by how violent and gory and unnecessarily sexual it is. You know, it'd be super unnecessary. Like, none of it is gonna make any sense. But it'd be a good movie. Well, Sam's already chopping off his head. I guess you could bite off his head. Alright, let me stop. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Oscar worthy. That's what I'm saying. We got a good movie on that. That needs to be made. I'm getting the impression Alan doesn't want the role of giving Bonnie the dinosaur a blowjob. Man, I'm guessing Alan doesn't want that bit. All right, it's fine. We'll find somebody. You know, we might have to go over budget though, which means somebody's not getting paid. I'm just saying, somebody's not getting paid. We have to employ another actor to suck on Barney the dinosaur's cock. But damn it, Barney's dick is getting sucked while his head is getting decapitated. That's just the movie. That's we. I feel like we need that. Oh no, not me. Because I'm already the creative consultant coffee getter. So nah, not me. I mean, I would, but I'm already got a role. So nah, I can't. I'm just saying I would do it, right? Because I want to put the movie first. But I can't do that. I can't be getting a coffee, being a creative consultant, and sucking. You know what I mean? It's just you know, we all got limits. So no, we'll have to get somebody else. Sucking a dinosaur's a pivotal role, indeed. That's the money shot right there. That's the bit that's gonna get us the Oscar. Oscar's heavy card as long as Will ain't there. I don't want to get slapped. Nah, he'd be fine as long as you don't talk about Jada. He'd be fine. I'm not sucking and cutting. That's too much work. You know, I mean, if we did like one of those movies where one actor plays more than one role, I'm just saying. Trying to save money here. All right, where's Do we know anybody who's willing to suck a dinosaur dick? Like, do we know anybody? We might have to put a casting call. Looking for up and coming actor to be in an independent movie. Must be willing to suck on a dinosaur's dick while dinosaurs getting head decapitated. Yeah, I'm sure I could find an actor who can do it. Who would do that? You know, somebody who's really wants to further their career. Oh, you know what? Speaking of vegetarians, well, not quite vegetarians, more vegan, really. But I had a burger yesterday, which was a vegan bacon burger. So it's not, you know, meat, right? It's just processed vegetables and salt to look like, you know, a bacon strip. But yeah, I had that burger yesterday. It was called a vegan bacon burger, and I had, like, you know, vegan cheese and all that kind of stuff in it, and it wasn't too bad. You know, it was all right. It tasted not too bad. I would say it did feel a bit rubbery though. Like when I was chewing it, it felt a bit like, you know, that kind of thing. But aside from that, yeah, it was all right. It was all right. It sounds like that's what the pressure is. Well, I can't lie. You know what? Yeah. No. In fairness, it was actually not. Yeah. It was. It was. It wasn't. I wouldn't go far as to say it was worth recommending. Like, in my opinion, there's definitely better burgers out there. But yeah, it weren't too bad. It was definitely better than. I mean, as far as, say, vegan burgers are concerned, I would say that's maybe about second or third best one that I've had. Yeah, I'll say about the third. Wait a minute. No, second. Maybe second. Yeah, I'll go to second. I think as far as vegan burgers go, it's probably about the second best one I've had. The first best one being the McDonald's one, which, you know, just had quite a nice taste to it. I think that's probably my... Actually, no, sorry. Wait a minute. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? The McDonald's one, the KFC one. You know, I might have to try some of these again to remember. I feel like I want to go KFC. This was a place called Honest Burger. So I feel like I want to go KFC, Honest Burger, then McDonald's. But I don't know. Maybe it's been a while. I need to re-eat these things. So, make my mind up. But anyway, the point is, it wasn't too bad. It was all right, and not quite. It didn't quite taste like depression. It wasn't that bad. But yeah, it's not exactly something I would flat out recommend either. More consistency to that particular roll. Yeah, I recently got off sausage. Yeah, it's all right, guys. It's all right, guys. We'll find somebody. I'll find a dinosaur dick sucker if it's the last thing I do. Man, what's the time though? It is 11:45. Yeah, I should probably start winding this down and go to bed and do all that sensible stuff. And in the morning, I put an advert for dinosaur dick suckers. So that's my plan for tomorrow. I'm gonna put out take out an advert in one of these places. Put out a casting call, looking for a dinosaur dick sucker. We'll find one. I'm sure I can find one who did it for free as well. Find some crackhead somewhere who would do it for free. Often chicken, yes. Burgers now. All right. So, what's happening? So yeah, so this week I'm gonna try and stream again on Friday. Maybe play some games. I might try and play Overwatch 2 this Friday. Actually, we'll see. Maybe post a video during the week if I feel like I can. Probably won't, but we'll see. Never say never, right? Or maybe drop a impromptu live stream if I get an opportunity to. But yeah, should be streaming again also next week for next movie night, which, yeah, let's go with Halloween 4. I'm just going to say it now. We'll talk about Halloween 4 before, so let's just say it now rather than having to decide later. Halloween 4. It's a paid movie on Amazon, or you may have got it on DVD or whatever already. But if not, it's $3.99 on Amazon. You don't have to pay for it if you don't want to. You can just come along and have some fun. But yeah, Halloween 4 for next Monday. Someone on benefits. I need to go. Yeah, so that's thinking. Okay, we'll do it for $0.5 though. You could probably get a crackhead to do it for free, I reckon. I reckon you could get a crackhead to do it for free. I mean, you might have to promise them something else. But Alan, you're up. But yeah, I think you can get a crackhead to do it for free. I kid. I won't put you through that. I won't put you through that. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, guys. You have been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for keeping it lively. The village is strong because you make it strong. We're only going to get stronger. So until whenever, if ever, peace.